Hey folks, good evening and happy Mindful Monday. Hey, it's holiday season. We had Thanksgiving. We're coming up to Christmas here and the New Year's. Things are rolling, things are moving forward. And today I wanted to have a very simple message, okay? A very simple message, and that is this: show up. Okay, show up. This is actually one of Grant Cardone's rules of success. It's his number one. First rule of success is to show up. And one of my mentors recommended I go back and review the rules of success, as I recently was kind of losing, slowing down my motivation, right? That happens from time to time. So I went back and boom, that was the first thing. The very first thing. You just got to show up. And guess what? I recently, a week ago, was in Miami for a week, for an entire week. Okay, it was for I took PTO. This is what I do on PTO. Okay, I don't just sit around at the beach. I go to Miami, and I spent 6 of the 7 days in training. Okay, a sales workshop, a marketing essentials workshop, and then a 2-day 10x business coach mastermind. Best freaking training, man. Second training I've been to with the 10x coaches, and it's just phenomenal. Best training I've ever had. If you're a coach or looking to get into coaching, hey, let me know and I'll hook you up, because this is an incredible program, and just super grateful that this was presented to me, this opportunity. All right, so that being said, I showed up for the first 2 days, fantastic training, but the second day I got food poisoning. And so I was out of commission for the next 2 days. I still attended half of the second day of the sales workshop. I just did it virtually. I had a day off then, but it wasn't a day off because I had work on my PTO until 1:30 in the morning. And so needless to say, when I got to this coaching mastermind, I did not want to show up. But I watched the rules of success and I said, okay, show up. Just show up, okay? Hi, Melissa. Good to see you on here. And yeah, so I showed up, and oh my goodness, like so much, there's so much things that happen at this event. But the biggest thing, day one, Grant Cardone showed up, okay, unexpected. Nobody expected him to be there. Even the people who ran the event didn't expect him to be there. And he told a story, and he said, look, when I was 25, I was going to quit. Okay, I was going to quit the sales business. I was getting beat up in the marketplace. But instead, and literally, he was going to quit the next day. But he prayed on it and said, God, show me a sign and be as clear as you can possibly be with this sign, or I need to get a job because I'm losing money, left and right. I can't keep doing this. This isn't going to work. And the very next day, a sign, a big literal sign that said Salt Lake City, Utah. He got on the next flight to Salt Lake, didn't know what he was going to do. He just knew he had to go to Salt Lake. He ended up getting a huge, massive client, big win, turned his whole career around. He didn't quit. And because of that, I was there training in his program. And then the second day, so I'm there because he prayed to God for this event to happen, this sign to happen. It happened. Now I'm there. Second day, I met this guy, Alex. He was just sitting by himself. We were starting a little bit late, and networking. I just went up to him and said, hey, my name's Chris. Oh, hey, Chris, I'm Alex. Well, what do you do? Well, I'm a civil engineer, real estate investor, and coach. He's obviously the coach. He's there at the coaching mastermind. But he said, and I also told him, by the way, I live in Southern California. I'm looking to move, planning to move to North Carolina, but I'm not set on that yet. I'm kind of having mixed feelings about it. He said, no way. I live in Dallas, Texas. I have 19 properties, and I'm actually starting a fund to raise money to build and develop on these properties. And literally the one guy, the one person that we don't have that I need on my team is a civil engineer. And he got so excited. And I go to lunch, I get my lunch. He doesn't even get lunch. He comes straight up to me, sits down, talks my ear off for an hour because he's so excited that he met a civil engineer in real estate. And I was also having a really miserable time with my day job, being up till 1:30 in the morning on PTO. And I'm like, I've had enough with this day job. I want to get into multifamily real estate. I've been looking at how can I use my engineering background and blend that with the real estate. And this is a way to do that. And I don't even know where I want to move. And he's like, oh, come to Dallas, right? So he drove me to the airport. We've been talking hours and hours the last couple of nights. I booked a flight to Dallas for Christmas. I'm going to go check it out. I started looking on Zillow as well, and they have all these, I'm looking at fourplexes, and Charlotte didn't really have any. I go on Zillow, boom, fourplex, 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 fourplex. There's like over a dozen fourplexes for sale. They're all in good condition. They're all at the right price. I could literally buy any of those, live in one unit, rent out the others. It's a perfect, like everything is just perfectly lining up. And it's like, wow, what the heck? Like me and him wouldn't have even met each other. And this guy is like, he also does he's a part of a mission and church mission in Honduras. So he goes back and forth between there. He's like 20 years older than me, and he's told me, he's like, Chris, the real reason we met, like, we're gonna be business partners. We're gonna go make all this money, but the real reason we met is because of this. Is because of Jesus Christ, and I'm here to guide you through this. And I don't know. It's just all these crazy things have been happening. And so, look, none of this would have happened if I didn't show up. Okay, something told me, Chris, you got to show up. Okay, yes, part of it was Grant on his rules of success, but I was, I felt like crap. I didn't want to go back to this room where I had PTSD from being extremely sick with food poisoning in that same room, and I just went back, and I'm so glad I did. And so it's crazy. You guys, you just got to show up. Keep showing up. Even if nothing happens, just keep showing up. Keep showing up to different events. You never know what's going to happen. This wasn't even a real estate event. This was a business coaching event. And I found a real estate potential business partner to develop. He's already got the land. He's already got the team. He's got all the places and all the people in place. So the next step for me is go to Dallas, see the properties, see the area, meet his business partners, make sure this is going to be a good fit for us, and then that's it. And if it is, boom, we're going to put the documents together. We're going to start the fund, raise capital, and once we raise the capital, we're going to also start a construction company, and the fund will actually hire the construction company to do the build. So I'll be getting paid, a salary to do the build, the designing of this and the planning of this, and then we'll all get a cut of the equity because we'll all be general partners in the fund. So, getting paid a salary plus building equity will end up, getting this. This is the business plan in a nutshell, right? Then we'll end up getting a loan, paying out the investors. Investors make a lot of money. Now we own the properties in full, and we can just rent them out and keep going. And so this is a super exciting time. Again, the message today, show up. If you're feeling like, man, I don't want to do this, whatever it is that's on your mind, just show up. Just show up anyways. It takes one little nugget, one person you got to meet, one thing somebody says that makes it totally worthwhile. If you're in a bad mood, show up in a bad mood, but show up. That's the number one rule. Show up, and that's it for Mindful Monday. So thanks for listening, Melissa, and anybody else watching this. Hope you got something out of it. You guys have a great week.